Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews. Today we're checking out a 1987 Hatteras 52 Convertible. This one's benefited from a lot of time, money and effort being invested into her. From the engines being rebuilt to the hull being repainted. And at the time of shooting this video, she was up for sale in Jacksonville, Florida for $235,000 and available through our good friends at Zeigler Yacht Sales. This is a very capable offshore fishing machine, but she's also equipped for family cruising, and she measures in at 52 foot in length with a maximum draft of 5 feet and a beam of just over 16 feet. And as I step on board, make my way to the bow, I like the fact that there's a handrail that runs along the superstructure. That's something you don't always see in these types of boats, and there's also plenty of guardrails when you reach the bow section as well. And to touch on that cruising aspect, this one's got a deck crane that was installed in 2021, and it comes complete with a rigid inflatable boat. It's got a Tohatsu 20 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. And we've also got an electric windlass on the bow here, and the windlass was rebuilt in 2020. So you get plenty of opportunity to drop anchor and use that tender to go and explore different beaches and coves. And the windlass can be operated at the bow, but it can also be operated from the helm. And as I make my way aft, again you can just see that full beam, but you can also see how wide the passages are on either side. It just feels like a very safe and secure boat when you're walking along the side, which is not always something common in this style of boat. You can see the shine off the hull. The boat has been professionally detailed, ready for sale, and she's even berthed in undercover storage for extra protection. And as much as this one will turn heads anywhere she goes during the day, she's also going to make an impression at night as well. Not sure if it's picking up on the camera, but this one has got lights built into it, so that it's all illuminated at night. And then of course we've got the aft cockpit. And on a boat like this is one of the primary features of the boat. And I love how much space is here. You can easily have your family and friends join you as you head on your fishing trip. There's plenty of rod holders on all 3 sides. And there's engine controls on the port side. This is ideal for using in the dock, but it's also ideal if you want to keep an eye on the fish from down here. Position the boat wherever you need to go. We've got the Fusion stereo controls, and one aspect I really like with this boat is there is storage everywhere, both inside and out. We also have plenty of speakers. You could easily turn this into a party boat. You got your shore power connections, you got your deck wash. We've got a cockpit table mounted in the middle. This is ideal for drinks and snacks, but you can also use it almost as a workbench for preparing your fishing equipment. And on the deck itself we've got a large live bait well, and right behind that we've also got a large fish box, but this also doubles up as you can again use for additional storage if you wanted. And you see we've got a door here leading out through the transom, and this takes you to the swimming platform and ladder, and the swim platform and ladder was replaced in 2018. And depending on what you're fishing for, that door access can be a great way for landing the catch on board. And if we move over to the starboard side, if I lift this hatch cover off, you'll see that there's plenty of storage underneath. And down here you've got spare props, you get spare prop shaft. We also have a spare anchor as well, amongst other extras and goodies. And then to starboard again we got more shore power connections, we got more speakers, rod holders. And you've also got another compartment for bait. This one's actually able to be frozen, allowing you to spend more time offshore and not having to worry to keep coming back in. And next to that we do have the bait station outside. This gives you plenty of ways to wash up, prepare the fish, prepare the bait, and all without having to go inside to the main accommodation area. And down below you'll see we've got extra storage, including all the different drawers for your tackle box, keeping everything safe and secure, but close at hand for whenever you need it. And when you don't need access to these compartments, I like the fact that the owner has customised this with cushions, and it gives you extra seating areas. It's very comfortable to be out here with your family and friends. And then if we step inside, boats in my opinion always give a first impression, and as soon as you walk in this one, I love the visibility, I love how much space there is, I love the headroom that there is. You start to feel the benefit of that 16-foot beam. And all the furniture was remodelled in 2018. There's plenty of storage underneath these sofas. And the boat is fully air conditioned. There's 4 units in total, and they were all replaced in either 2019 or in 2020. I like how the galley's got like a little breakfast bar area. But this galley is very well equipped. Again, it's got cruising in mind as well as offshore fishing. You're looking at fridge, freezer, dishwasher, plenty of worktop space. There's plenty of drawers and cabinets. There's stovetop, and there's also a large convection microwave oven. There's a deep stainless steel sink. It's probably a good time to point out this one carries 188 gallons of fresh water, and she's got 1,068 gallon of fuel tank capacity. And as part of the upgrade to the accommodation area, the owners have also installed this large flat screen television, and above that we've got all the multimedia controls as well. On paper this boat is pushing 40 years old, but it doesn't feel like it when you're on board due to the upgrade that's taken place over the years between the current owner and also previous owners as well. And as we make our way forward, on the port side is where you'll find your first guest cabin. Again, there's good headroom in here. I like the fact it's got the porthole for extra natural light, but there's also plenty of artificial light. There's plenty of storage underneath the bed. We've got a TV mounted on the bulkhead. We also have air conditioning controls up here. There's hanging locker space. And in this cabin, it does share the guest heads compartment, but I like the fact that you can walk straight into it without having to go into the main passageway. And again, there's plenty of natural light and artificial. I liked how much headroom there was and room to move in here. Part of that is because the toilet and the shower is a separate compartment. There's plenty of space in here for your toiletries and personal belongings. And I can see how it would be easy for family and friends to enjoy extended time on board. And you could even use this as a long-term liveaboard if you wanted. And then as I make my way back out the cabin, once you get to the main passageway, on the starboard side is where you'll find the owner's cabin. This one's got a large island berth. I like that it's accessible from either side. There's storage underneath this bed. We've got another large flat screen TV mounted on the bulkhead. This one's got more storage in terms of hanging locker space. And being that this is the owner's stateroom, this one is fully en suite. And similar to the guest heads compartment, this one does have a separate toilet and shower, giving you more space. There's also plenty of storage in here for your toiletries and personal belongings. And I like that the shower compartment is big enough where you could actually use and enjoy the shower. Something that's sometimes rare on boats. And then as we head out, that door that you see to the right, that's the access to the guest heads compartment. And then on the bow, we've got an additional guest cabin, so there's 3 cabins in total. And as with the others, there's plenty of storage in here, plenty of natural light and artificial, and there's also plenty of headroom. That panel on the bulkhead, that leads through to the anchor locker. And then I mentioned using this boat for extended cruising, extended periods of time, or even permanent liveaboard. In the main passageway, you'll see above we have got like a linen closet, but down below we actually have got a washer and dryer built into the boat as well. Definitely feels like you could spend time at sea without being in a rush to come back in. And then to get to the engine compartment, the easiest way to do that is on the aft cockpit. There's easy access back there. To begin with, we're looking at a 20 kilowatt Onan generator. This has got approximately 50 hours on the clock, so it was replaced earlier this year. And I like that it's located inside this large soundproof box. That way you would hardly know this thing's running whenever it's going, especially when you're sleeping. And as part of the upgrades down here, all the fuel and oil lines were replaced earlier this year, and the heat exchangers were serviced. The port engine was rebuilt in 2015 and has just over 1,000 hours on the clock since then. The starboard engine was rebuilt in 2016 and has around 840 hours. The engines are a pair of Detroit 8V92 diesel inboards. These have around 720 hours on the clock. Despite the boat's size and weight, she'll cruise at around 20 knots and a maximum speed of around 24. I like how bright it is down here, as well as how much room you have to move around. That way it makes any servicing, repairs or upgrades far easier to accomplish. Other upgrades down here is that most of the batteries have been replaced in 2021 and the water heater was replaced in 2015. And I like how clearly the control panels are all labelled, but I also like how accessible it is as soon as you come down the steps. It's easy to switch things on and off and know exactly what you're working on. And the helm for this one is located on the flybridge. I liked how easy it is climbing these steps. They are very solid and makes you feel safe and secure in doing so. The helm's located quite far aft on the flybridge, and that way you've got plenty of visibility over the transom, and that way you can help your crew keep the boat on the fish. We've got plenty of rod holders up here, And from a cruising element, I love the fact that the flybridge is all screened in. These are easy to roll up or remove, but you can be fully enclosed if you need to. In front of the flybridge there's plenty of seating here for your family and friends to join you. All the furnishings that you see here have been recently upgraded. There's storage underneath those seats. There's also storage underneath that forward bulkhead. That solid hardtop and gives you plenty of shade and protection. And as I pan the camera around, you can just see how great the visibility is that your friends and family can have from up here. Then to make my way back to the Helm, this one has got a lot of electronics, making it ideal for offshore fishing, but also for extended cruising. Two very comfortable seats at the Helm. And these screens are for the Furuno colour radar. We then pan on to full engine instrumentation. That bracket you see is for a 12-inch Garmin chart plotter. And up overhead you get the Fusion stereo, you get two VHF radios, and then you've got a Garmin 6-inch colour chart plotter up here as well. I'd like to thank Mark for the opportunity to come on board and share this one with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on it. If you can leave a comment down below. If you haven't done so already, if you can hit that like and subscribe button, it really does make a difference. And as always, I look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks everyone.